The countdown is officially on. There are just 70 days to go before Koreans head to the polls for local elections in mid-June. The elections have largely been overshadowed by the recent developments in terms of North Korea diplomacy and other political affairs at the National Assembly, but candidates are busy readying their campaigns. For more, we connect to our political correspondent Kim Min-ji on the phone. So Min-ji, we hear a very well-known face has thrown his hat in the ring.
Mark, that's right. As widely expected, former presidential candidate Ahn Cheol-soo, who is currently head of the Bareun Mirae Party's candidate recruitment team, has announced for his bid for Seoul mayor. At a press conference this morning, Ahn vowed to breathe life into the capital region using his past successful experience as a doctor, professor, and entrepreneur. It's his second time running. Back in 2011, he announced a bid, but dropped out despite an approval rating of over 50% and expressed support for Park Won-soon, who went on to become the mayor and is now competing for a third term. Now, the Seoul mayor post will be hotly contested, with Park planning to run again and two veteran lawmakers within the ruling Democratic Party of Korea seeking to run as well. The ruling party will be holding primaries and a candidate will be finalized sometime in mid-April. Now, the main opposition Liberty Korea party is planning to field former two-time governor of Gyeonggi-do province, Kim Min-soo, as its candidate.
Lots of heavy hitters from the political world in Korea then. And while the race for Seoul mayor heats up, preparations continue for the local elections in June. We also know the parties have lots of tasks to be getting on with. But the April session at the National Assembly has thus far made no progress whatsoever.
You're right, Mark. The April session has been at practical standstill, with rival parties at odds over key contentious bills. Floor leaders of the country's negotiating parties met this morning. However, they failed to narrow their differences and made no agreement on resuming parliamentary affairs. The ruling party hopes to pass a bill establishing an investigative agency to deal exclusively with corruption among high-ranking officials, while the opposition wants to pass a revision to the Broadcasting Act that calls for the strengthening of neutrality and fairness at public broadcasters. Also, no progress was made on talks in amending the Constitution either. The ruling party says it can't accept the opposition's demands for a semi-presidential system that gives more authority to the Prime Minister. Main opposition, meanwhile, is calling on the ruling bloc to come up with its own version and not use the president's proposal as a basis, suggesting party-wide talks along with President Moon Jae-in himself to thrash out their differences. Now, April is the last working session ahead of the June local elections, and there are concerns it could hold up other big agendas rival parties have to work through, such as crafting the proposal and deliberating the government's extra budget bill. This has been Kim Min-ji from the National Assembly.